Have you gotten to that point in the winter where you're so sick of being cold that you're heading to the beach? You want to feel those warm rays of sunshine on your skin, except maybe your skin has not seen the rays of sunshine in several months, so you've got that pasty white look going on. But you want to go to the beach looking like you're already sporting a tan, so self-tan. It's the perfect answer. I self-tan all year long, always do, have been doing it for years, so I've got some tricks that I am going to share with you. So before we head to my bathroom, where I take one for the team kids, I'll put on a swimsuit for you. It's better than what I normally wear when I self-tan, so just be glad about that. But I will tell you that this is the little glove that I use when I exfoliate before. It's actually pretty soft, but it does a great job. You just want to make sure you've gotten those dead cells off, and then you can just go ahead and do a nice smooth application. Then you want to get some sort of a mitt. I'll link all the things that I use in the description box if that will help you out. But get a glove. Any kind of glove that is made for self-tanning is going to be great. I have several of them. This is just the one that I'm using at the moment. You just need that because you don't want to get self-tanner on your hands. That's not a cool look. Then grab an old rag before it really dries. You want to get in there and just kind of wipe over the areas where maybe you have the wrinkles around your knees. If you're like me, you got a little bit of sagging going on the knees. You want to make sure it doesn't pool in those areas. So these towelettes are the ones that I use. They're my favorite, and they're great for traveling with because they're not a liquid, they're a towelette. If you don't tan all the time, you might not like that it doesn't show any color right away. So you just have to make sure you've gone over all your areas really diligently so that you're not left with any streaks when it does develop and you can see the color and you're like, oops, I missed that line there. So you just have to really take your time and go over everything to make sure you didn't leave any parts out because it's not going to show up right away. If you are using a foam or a spray, normally it will show up right away. You'll see the color, and I'm going to demonstrate it for you so you'll see that in a minute. So you put it on, you wait 30 minutes, you put it on again. And it is going to show color. It's going to show more color than it's going to show in the end, so don't let that freak you out. Then you have to wait 6 to 8 hours, and then you shower it off. You want to make sure you shower that off before you go to bed because that is going to make a real mess on your sheets if you don't. Okay, let's head into my bathroom and I will do the demonstration for you. Normally, when I do self-tan, I don't wear a swimsuit, but if you feel more comfortable doing that, wearing a dark colored one is going to be good because it is going to stain around the edges where you put it on. Start by doing a little exfoliator. You would do this in the shower, some water and some soap, and you just go over your skin. Okay, once you've exfoliated, get your hair out of the way. Pull out your favorite self-tanner. This is my favorite self-tanner. Now, if you're using sprays or foams, you probably want to get into your shower because that will leave a residue. If I do a spray and I get in the shower, I'll put a towel on the bottom just because I don't want that all over my tiles in the shower either. So just know that the sprays are messy, which is another reason I kind of dig the towelettes. I will show you a few different ways of doing it. So you just pull the towelette out. I take it out without the mitt just because it's easier, but I try not to touch it. Shake it out, and then I put it on my arm. And then once I just have it hanging on my arm like that, then I pull out my mitt. I'll go along each finger and just along the sides. I bend my elbow and I do that. Right here where it's crinkly, I'll just do it in like that a little bit. Across anywhere where there's wrinkles, I do it this way instead of that way. And then I grab my rag and I just go around all those areas while it's still wet. For me, one of these sheets will do both arms across my chest and a little bit along my back. So the back is another problem. For me, I'm very flexible, so I can definitely get my arm all the way back. Most people are not that flexible. They do sell something. I've seen it on Amazon. It's almost like one of those things that you use to scratch your back. Outside of that, do you have a significant other you would trust? My husband, I'm not asking him to do that. It would probably look like a toddler had done it for me. And then after I've done both my arms across my chest, then I'll just take it and I'll just very lightly go over to make sure it's blended, just so that there's not a real obvious line, dark and white. Immediately, you don't see anything. It takes several hours before it's gonna show anything. This one is a mousse. It could be messy, so I would definitely put a towel down. Let me get a little stool in here. It helps when you're doing your legs to have something to put your foot up on. Another spot that you're going to find is going to need the rag, is going to be around your toenails, and then around the sides, in between the toes, and I have a very wrinkly part right where my ankle meets my leg, the knuckles on the sides, and this liney part on the back. I don't put it on my foot. I don't put it on my knee. I just put it in between those two areas. I swipe across my knee. Always best to have less than more. I'm just gonna dab a little bit on my foot and then blend it in. Anywhere where there's lines, I go along with the lines, and then you just go in and wipe off the excess in the areas where you know you don't want to be tan, where it's not normal. It's not normal to tan the bottom of your feet. Do the top part of my leg the same way, going from the knee to the top of my leg. Anytime I'm doing the knee, I'm gonna go this way. And I keep my knee bent so that the wrinkles are pulled apart. And then I pull the skin tight on my knees and I go across like that. And then you just wanna really go over everything to make sure you didn't leave any streaks with whatever is left on there. You don't add any more. Less is more. If you're using one that is a spray, I think that is the hardest one to do. You do not just spray it on and leave it. You need to spray it on, and then you need to take your glove and wipe it over. So you can see the difference between my legs and my arms. It has a very dark color. That's not the color that it's gonna end up looking like. That's just what it looks like when you first put it on. So a couple of notes to go over that are probably important. When you do the foam and you have to wait 6 to 8 hours before you shower it off, when you get dressed, even if it's dry, wear dark, loose clothing or it will transfer. I promise you, it will transfer. You can get it out. OxiClean is actually really good at getting self-tanner out of sheets or clothes or anything. So that's something that you could do. If you are doing it for a special occasion, if it's not a beach or maybe it's a wedding, practice. Do it a few times before, because there is a learning curve and you just want to take the time to make sure you do it right before you do it for something special that you really want to look your best. And if you do have that beach vacation planned, let me know in the comments. I would love to know. Where are you going? What do you have planned? Don't forget to wear your sunblock. So let me know what you're up to. Say hi to me in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. I love you guys, period. So hope you have a great trip if you're going away. Whatever you have planned, look great with your fake tan, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.